Spider-Man, guys, there have been all these rumors. I've been adding this stuff up for a while, but all these rumors about what Spider-Man 4 is going to be about. And of course, we're talking about Marvel and DC tonight because Superman's out. We also have, of course, the Spider-Man rumors, but Spider-Man's coming July 31st, 2026, and everyone keeps talking about Tom Holland fighting the Hulk and the Punisher's in here. We're gonna get Savage Hulk. I mean, and then also I'm hearing more about people are talking about how there's other villains coming into play for this as well. I don't know if I believe this, but we have cinematographer Brett Pollock coming in. Now, he did a bunch of different movies with the director himself, Destin Daniel Cretton. And so because they're coming together, that's what happens, guys. When you have a director that comes on, he did, okay, Shang-Chi, oh my God, the Power of the Rings, he did that. So when you have a director, they usually have their DP they work with all the time. And so they're coming together to work on this, but Destin is like excited about this, and they're talking about the DP started releasing images of Savage Hulk. And so everybody on the internet's talking about, like, is this going to be Savage Hulk? There have been rumors about, of course, Mark Ruffalo coming in, and then this might be during Battle World too. Those rumors been dropping as well. And to me personally, when you start seeing the DP dropping, either they're going to try to like mess with the fan base or there's some reality behind it. And I think that if this is happening more and more, we got to have Savage Hulk in here, but it's crazy to me to have Punisher as well. Like Punisher, the idea that I hear these rumors about how Tom Holland's Spider-Man is by himself and Zendaya is not with him, of course, is MJ. And so apparently Punisher tries to help him move on, and then Savage Hulk comes into play and they're fighting together. This seems insanity to me, but if it's happening during Battle World, it kind of makes sense. Because Battle World, if everybody gets together, if Doom wins, if that happens in Doomsday, and it's a conglomerate of all these villains thrown into one world, then maybe you would have Savage Hulk fighting Spider-Man. I don't know. But they're also talking about Tombstone being in this too. And there's also rumors that on top of that Scorpion might be here. Talking about also maybe Michael Keaton's Vulture might be in this. I keep seeing all these rumors, and it's based off casting because there was a casting call for prisoner inmates. And so people are trying to say, well, maybe that's going to be Vulture because he is in the jail. But I mean, these are people playing a game called jump to conclusions, if you ask me. So I don't think any of this is reality until we actually get to this. You know what I'm talking about, Sean. It's a game where we jump to conclusions. Scorpion, Boomerang's a person being rumored. There's a lot of rumors happening. This is what happens with the fan base here. I'm excited about Spider-Man 4. Do we believe any of the rumors, guys? I think that, of course, I feel like that Savage Hulk might be in here. That's me personally. He could be. He could be if it's Battle World. But how do we feel, guys? I'm going to go to my panel. I've been talking about this all week. Let's go around the panel and talk about this. Who we go? You know what? Because you guys probably both decided to throw the GR fast. GR, do you believe the rumors at all, GR? Do you believe any rumors? Huh?
Too many to count.
What do you think, though? Mark
Why don't
Ruffalo?
they just come? Oh, why not? We'll throw them all in there. Come on, let's put every villain we can think of, and just throw them all in one shot.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot because Spider-Man's been more, I mean, the last one was a little bit more or less grounded, but they're trying to keep it grounded in reality. There were conversations, GR, about how they wanted to make this more of the street-level Spider-Man, but then the whole Doomsday thing blew everything up. So it seems like they might just go crazy. They might go crazy. That's why I'm also like, as I see, IMDb even posted this whole thing about Savage Hulk, which I was like, if IMDb's posting it.
Brian, grounded in reality, a teenager that gets bitten by a radioactive spider.
Okay, GR.
And a guy that turns into a green Hulk. Yeah, there's a lot of reality there.
I get it. I get what you're saying, GR. I get what you're saying. But so it's still, like, I think that if IMDb's talking about it, there might be something there. I don't know. There might be something there. Do you believe any of it at all? At all, GR?
You know, they're going to have some bad guys in there, and they've got a few there. That, like I said, throw them all in there. What the hell? Make it interesting.
As long as you can find a way to make them work for the narrative. That's what I say. Don't go crazy. There were a lot of conversations about Superman having too many villains. We're going to talk about that next, guys. But I know that I keep hearing that they work really well about the heroes and the villains all together. So I'm excited to talk about that, Paul, too, when we get actually to that part. I'm gonna go to Sean. I know you're biting at the nails about this. You've been waiting for weeks, so I'm gonna go to Paul first. Paul, we're making Sean wait on this. Are you excited about Spider-Man 4? And do you believe any of these like Savage Hulk rumors? Mark Ruffalo's been like an intelligent Hulk for a long time. You got Punisher, that was confirmed, and you also had on top of that. We already had Daredevil in there at one point in the last movie. You had on top of that, there's no Kingpin apparently. That is what we've been hearing. No Kingpin won't be here. But do you think that this is all lies and these characters are all going to come together? We're going to get the animated series of Spider-Man on the live screen right now for Spider-Man 4?
I personally think it could happen. I think it's smart to take the Hulk back to his roots and make him more like the crazy version he was before he became Smart Hulk, because we've had Smart Hulk for a long time. And I think it's going to eventually happen. If not in this movie, he's going to go back to being the Hulk we know from the beginning when the first Avengers film happened. And yeah, why not? And, you're going to have to top the last movie, which included like all these great villains from the Sam Raimi films. How do you do that? You bring in as many other villains as you can. Maybe they're kind of fodder for Spider-Man to fight, and the real villain is somebody that's controlling Hulk or something like that. And I the thing that throws me the most, really, even though I like the idea of it, how the hell does Punisher fit into this? Like, this is a guy who goes around killing people, and this is going to be a PG-13 movie. There's no doubt. It's not going to be hard R. There's no way in hell. So I don't know how that works, but I'm excited to see it. And I'm happy they're making another Spider-Man film, because it seemed like Tom Holland was ready to retire for a minute there.
He kept saying it. He said he wants to be done with it. And he's like, I kind of want to go into a farm and have kids and get away from acting as it was at one point. And like when people were coming after him about the Spider-Man thing, he's like, I think I'm done. But I think what it comes down to is he said they were working with the script together. I saw a lot of interviews and he said that they came to him first and they discussed it and he was happy with the script, him and Zendaya, and then it moved forward. But I also hear that she's not going to be that big of a part of this because she wants to step away from this because she's worried about her online, a real life relationship bleeding into the whole Spider-Man universe. And she's kind of sick of the idea of them, being like together like that, which I get that too. It's like, if you're trying to be private too with your relationship and people see on the big screen, it's hard to decipher that back and forth,
Well, I think that's actually, then if that happens, that's smart to do it now, because in the last movie, we saw what happened with MJ. She was, she forgot who Peter Parker was, just like everyone else. So now there's a reason to just kind of not have her around and have him have a new love interest. And it sucks because MJ or Mary Jane or whatever you want to call her is usually the pivotal person in his life. But yeah. I mean, these movies are kind of going on their own road and trying to figure out different things. And I want to say something. I'm reading the comments. Yes, the Hulk was gray in the first issue. I think it was like they changed him to green. I was referring to the movies, not the comics. But yeah, thanks for pointing that out.
I love that too. And Zendaya is still supposed to be in this one. She's still attached to it. But this might be the last time you see her as MJ. They got Sadie Sink coming in from Stranger Things. I like her too.
Yeah. She might be an MJ kind of, right? Like another MJ. Yeah.
An adjacent, or maybe they're talking about also making her, there was rumors she should be on a Spider-Girl type thing or a different variant of Spider-Man. There's rumors that she might be a Mary Jane from a different universe. There's also rumors of her being like Black Cat as well. So there's like a lot of different ideas that maybe she could play into. But I love the idea of this. If it's Battle World though, and Battle World could be anything, right? That's a great world. You could actually have a lot of fun if you have all these different characters. Make more sense because it is Battle World to me, right?
Well, yeah, but aren't they saving Battle World for Secret Wars?
Well, there's a rumor though going around that this comes after Doomsday, that when Doomsday happens, all the movies in the middle will be all in Battle World, and so all the characters have to fight in that world, and then we eventually end it with Secret Wars, where we actually have all the teams come together, and so you have all that fill-in tissue through the whole narrative, which could be good.
I like that, and it sounds like Marvel's having another we have a plan, we're implementing it from here. and we know where we're going with everything. And I like that. I'd rather that than just throwing spaghetti at the wall and trying to figure out, okay, well, I guess we'll have these characters eventually show up again. And I can think of a couple of characters that have shown up and have not shown up since their reveal.
Happens all the time, right?
Yeah. I think off the top of my head, what was Harry Styles showed up?
You're right.
Once.
He popped up for 2 seconds. Sean knows what we're talking about.
Patton Oswalt was a troll kind of looking guy. Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There's so many those after credit things that just have never played out or never paid out, never will at this point. So
they love their mid-credit scenes that never go anywhere. They love that too, right?
Yeah, I love. Well, we know Bob Chapek was the reason this happened. Hopefully, Bob Iger and Kevin Feige can fix all that, but we'll see.
I hope so. Sean, you've been biting your tongue for a second. How you feeling about this? It's been a few weeks. We're getting back in. Look at you stretching out. He's feeling good about this. Do you think that I saw you were saying no? I could see the no on your head about Savage Hulk. But, we just got Mephisto in the MCU as well. You probably saw that, right?
Fun. That was fun.
We got Mephisto.
I could talk about that a little bit too, but that's fine. That's fine. Let's not go there yet.
Do you think that the MCU is on track with this Spider-Man? Will it be everything that people are saying? Or do you believe these are horrible rumors that we shouldn't listen to at all?
Maybe.
That's not it. That's not it. Get in your soapbox. You want that soapbox.
No. Listen. This is all we've done. This is what we do. We speculate for days because we have no new news. We focus on little things. We invent secret, images in the background of Instagram. AI has made, believers of all of us for the worst looking Doctor Doom Deadpool interactions I think I've ever seen. There's supposed screen leaks. Cyclops was supposed to be on Deadpool Wolverine, all that shit. We don't know yet.
He's in Doomsday though.
We'll see.
The chair's there. The chair was there.
I know about the chairs, Brian. I'm just saying. Listen,
continue, sorry.
But the chair was empty.
I really want Battle World, that first big leak theory that we got, as in it's going to be a complete, recycling of the Thanos plot where the good guys fail and then good guys fail, bad guy wins, and then we got to rebuild up until the next movie. We know Doomsday comes, then we know we got Secret Wars. Secret Wars takes place on Battle World. It's got to happen. It's got to fucking happen. I really wish that they'd give this a shot, make things not count, just make these one-off fucking things pulling from decades and decades of lore and what ifs and Elseworlds and all these counter continuity stories that are existing, that are on the shelves, that are great stories that added something interesting and new to the character that is just not watered down for the MCU version that we have. I would love it if we get a Savage Hulk. I would love it if we get Punisher interacting with Spider-Man a la how he did it in the Spider-Man 94 cartoon show. I want all of these things to be true. I know not all of them can be true, and the only thing we can do is hope and think and talk and imagine just what's possible. But something's going to happen somewhere between all the conjecture. Somebody's got it right. There's, enough monkeys at typewriters will eventually write Shakespeare or whatever. I'm sure that some of this shit's correct. You like that one, GR? That was for you. Anyway,
Punisher was confirmed, though. Punisher was confirmed.
I know, but I'm just saying, I want him to be like how it was in the 94 comics.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Or 94, the show, the cartoon show. Don't fucking think for me, internet. But there's just too much. There's too much to worry about. There's too much to be concerned about. Whatever's true is whatever, and we'll see whenever the fuck this shit comes out. I don't know.
And D'Onofrio, dude, I love him as Kingpin, and he said he wouldn't be in there, but this is gonna lead the way for him to be there. I think, right? You imagine? Yes. I want him versus Spider-Man. I want him so bad. I want to see that interaction.
That's fine. Again, my whole thing with Kingpin was he was wasted in the Hawkeye thing too. Like, I get it from the comic book, that was the whole thing, but we already did that. We already used it. We showed Kate Bishop beating up on him. Like, I don't know what the hell we're doing with that. The Mephisto thing, the reveal in Ironheart was done very well. I've seen so much conjecture as to like who else has Mephisto offered deals to throughout the time, and that opens up
a lot.
that ton of retcons and ton of things. I saw before I even hopped on. I was reading something about somebody theorized, hey, I wonder if Mephisto approached Muse from Daredevil Born Again, because there's a drawing of a demonic creature that's not really explained in one of the hideouts that he's got where he's draining blood and all that shit. It's just cool. It's cool to think about. Ironheart also, I loved the reveal of Obadiah Stane's kid. I thought that was really well done. I know we're not talking about Ironheart. I know we're supposed to stay on Spider-Man.
We're talking about Marvel. It's fine. We're talking about Marvel.
Okay, good.
We're in our Marvel verse right now.
We are. But no, some of this is true. Some of it's bullshit. Everyone can come up with things. That's the whole point of all of this conjecture and discussions is, hey, what do you think is cool? Oh, I thought about this angle. And that's why we're doing what we do. So come with all the theories you've got. I'm happy to talk with them and introduce more people to the absurd knowledge that is why I can't remember my aunt's name sometimes. Anyway.
You're begging
Daphne? It's Daphne. All right.
It's not Aunt May?
No.
Oh boy.
Paul, did you? Good call, though.
It's Martha. Martha!
Paul, did you watch?
Her last name's Kent, right?
Paul, did you watch Ironheart?
No, not because I look.
It's had to
watch all.
I have seen every Marvel property that's been released, and for some reason, I just couldn't get into wanting to watch this. I'll get to it eventually, but I did catch the clip of Mephisto. I just didn't hear good things about the show in general, but the Mephisto
first episode's good.
Yeah, I'll get into it. I'll get into it eventually.
Not all of it's necessary, for sure.
100%. I agree with you, Sean. Not all of it's necessary at all.
It's a weird way to introduce Eric Andre into the MCU as well. I don't know. What are you going to do?
Eric Andre?
Yeah, there you go. I'll throw that one at you.
Wow. Is he Mephisto? I think it could have been better as like a mini series, like a really short 3-episode thing. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder why they make these shows 8 episodes or whatever when it feels like a lot of filler.
I think they are starting to learn their lesson a little bit.
That's good.
More quality versus more quality. There we go. Yeah. More quality versus
quantity.
Thank you very much. More quality, less quantity.
I gotcha.
I think they're getting it. It took a long time, but yeah, 6 episodes. I feel like you got maybe like 4.5 of decent worth stuff in there. But yeah,
they also dropped them all. Like they dropped 3 and they dropped 3 more, which meant they really didn't care about it. They're like, we're just putting it out there.
That was a weird strategy.
I didn't like the interface. They had like, when Tony Stark was like flying around with his AI interface, you don't see a face, but you would see her friend's face in the interface. That threw me off.
I don't like that.
It was weird. And it was like she's like talking, but she's there, but it was odd. And then the magic came into it out of nowhere. I'm like, why we have magic now? And now all of a sudden
that's the hood, man. Don't hood, that's the hood.
Yeah.
The hood was actually a pretty solid miniseries when that came out, by the way.
I remember that.
That initial stories was actually pretty decent. They changed quite a bit.
Anthony Ramos was good too as a hood. He was good as a hood.
I will say the spinoffs and this Ironheart specifically are kind of leftovers from the previous mandate of creating as much content as possible through Bob Chapek again. And I think it's kind of the last of those. I think from now on, we're going to be getting a lot more quality over quantity, hopefully, like you said. And, I still want to check it out. I wasn't hearing great things overall.
Paul, I'm going to tell you something.
It wasn't great, though.
Yeah, GR wasn't excited about it either. GR was like, what are we watching right now? I told GR to watch it, Paul. And he's like, why'd you tell me to watch this? But I also forgot, Paul, that it was even coming out. I was like talking to a friend, and we were talking about Superman. We're talking about Fantastic Four. And he's like, don't worry about it. Ironheart's coming out next week. I'm like, Ironheart's coming out next week? What's Ironheart? I'm thinking about Wonder Man. He says, no, Ironheart. I'm like, oh shit, Ironheart. And he got into me because they weren't advertising it because they weren't really thrilled by it.
Yeah,
they didn't really care.
They shot it like in 2020. Like a ridiculous long time ago.
It was
years ago
for a long time.
They waited on it. They waited on it because I think they weren't sold on it. Again, it's obscure character. I think the acting was great. I liked a lot of the acting, but I think it was like obscure character. Of course, you already announced that Robert Downey Jr. is coming back as Iron Man, and you have another Iron Man kind of coming out. Well, he is Doomsday, but he's going to be Iron Man. Let's be real. He's going to be Iron Man at some point. We know he's. Come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest. There will be an Iron Man variation of him still happening. I'm just going to say it.
Maybe.
I'm going to say it. So I think they didn't believe in it. So it is what it is. I think the Mephisto thing was great. I think that Spider-Man, though, there's a lot of rumors about all these characters, like the Hulk, also, you have Punisher now. It's like there's a lot they're throwing in there. I hope D'Onofrio pops up as Kingpin at one point. I'd love to see that. I think Daredevil next season will be better than the first season. And I really believe that. I think they got some great people involved with that now, and I hope they have the trajectory set forth to fix all that. I hope so. And do less of these spin-offs. We don't need all that, right, Paul? We don't need all that. It's too much.
Tell good stories. Do it well. Give us some quality, yeah.
I think if you have a good story, if you have a good reason to make a spinoff, then sure, do it. It's just, again, I think these mandates to make more content for the sake of content was what kind of drove the brand into the dirt. And now they got to pull themselves out. And I really feel like Fantastic Four is going to be something special. I saw the trailer in the theater last night at the IMAX. And it's one thing to watch it on a screen at home on a phone or whatever. It was really beautiful. Like everything looked great in that movie, and the jokes are landing. I don't know. I really love the fact that they're concentrating on everyone being family. It's a family movie. It's the Marvel's first family. They're not superheroes. They're scientists who happen to be family, and I think we're really getting that. And I think Marvel needs to do more of that. I would say the best thing they need to do is more Marvel one-shots like Werewolf by Night. Absolutely. And the upcoming Punisher.
More of that stuff.
I want to see more of that. Yeah, yeah.
That would be really cool to see them give a shit about that.
I would love that.
But that's even more like dangling plot threads that they just probably have no plans for, which is
probably not. It's fine if they don't leave it hanging. Just have a complete story.
Tie it up, let it be.
Yeah.
Like I thought I'm glad you brought that up, because that was just like it was the one thing. It dropped. It was nice. It was a stylized thing. You could tell like they put some good thought into it and some good care. It was fine.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's funny you said about the theater experience though too, because GR and I saw it was a Jurassic World last week, and the trailer came out during that of Fantastic Four, and we were both kind of the same way. We both watched it. I looked at GR, and GR was like, "Yeah, this looks so much better on the big screen." GR, remember that? I was like, "It looks so much better on the big screen." I'm like, "This makes me want to see it more." Which I think that's what's going to help a lot of people, right?
I can't argue with that. I mean, it looks totally different there than it did on here.
Yeah. And I think that, at the end of the day, Marvel has a little bit of catching up. DC, I think DC's starting a lot with Superman and trying to branch off. And I think that Marvel's going to be playing catch up. I think they're going to be playing catch up a little bit, because Superman, I think, is going to do great numbers for DCU. And hopefully the Fantastic Four can catch up.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.